Hi guys, this is Andrew Cowan from juicefiend.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the OrangeX Jupiter manual citrus juicer. It's got a really nice juicing action. You just have to lift this lever up and then down onto your fruit and you get loads of the juice out of the bottom. Cleaning up this machine is really simple as well. There's literally just two parts that we have, so these two parts here. So the reamer fits in, there's two kind of indented bits here, so you have to line this up and then spin it around and it stays in. And same here, there's another two kind of indents which fit into the juicer here. It's going to be quite tricky to show you. I don't know if you can see these parts here. And then you just have to line these up, spin it, and it's kind of locked into place. There's also quite a lot of clearance here, so this is a 1 pint jug and that fits under quite nicely. One thing about this juicer which I was surprised at when it arrived was its weight. It is pretty heavy, so I would say that's maybe about 10 kilos or so. Okay, so just stick the jug underneath. One thing I saw on YouTube actually, on John Kohler's Raw Foods channel, was that this juicer can deal with pomegranates. So I'm going to give that a try today as well and see how that works out. So I've got 4 oranges and 1 pomegranate, and I'm just going to make a juice and see how much juice we can get from the OrangeX citrus juicer. One thing I think is really cool about this juicer as well is that it doesn't use any electricity, so it's just all about using my own power, so it's good for the environment as well. Okay, look at that lovely colour inside the pomegranate there. Okay, so actually using the juicer is pretty easy. We just lift up the lever, put in a half. It sits on quite nicely, you don't have to worry too much about your orange falling off. You can quite happily leave it there. And then we just pull the handle down. This last part does take quite a bit of effort, I think, to push it right in. Okay, and then that comes off, and we've got, it still feels a bit damp, but we've got most of the juice out of there. So I'll just go through a few more of these. See, that's one thing I've noticed with this juicer. It does have suction cups on the bottom, but I find I've got to hold it here so I can really get full power into it. There wasn't actually a manual that came with this juicer, so I'm not quite sure if you're supposed to just kind of stop when it gets really tough or whether you really should be driving down to the finish point. I always think if you can get it right down to here, or if I can get it to here, then I'm going to get the most juice I possibly can out of my fruit. So you'll notice here there's actually some bits of pulp kind of getting stuck in the reamer section here. It doesn't seem to let too much pulp through though, which I quite like. Some pulp does get through, but for me it's kind of a nice level of pulpiness, not too pulpy, but at the same time not too smooth. So I'll try it again, see what happens. And it's getting quite tough here. Keep pushing. Okay, so I don't always have to hold it here, but just for my own peace of mind, I like to do it that way. Okay, we'll do another orange and then try some pomegranate, see what happens. So as you can see, I'm putting quite a bit of effort, or it feels like it to me, to actually push the lever down. Okay, let's see how we get on with the pomegranate. Okay, that's just sitting on quite nicely. Look at that lovely colour coming out the bottom. And again, it wants to lift up at the back. Okay, it looks, it certainly feels like with a pomegranate, there's no way. Oh, I'm going to get it, yes. Okay, I did get it. That is a lot of effort to get it down, and it's kind of stuck. Okay. Admittedly, I'm not the strongest guy, but it does take tons of effort to do that, but to be honest, that does seem to be crushing pretty much all the pomegranate seeds. And we're getting quite a nice amount of juice out. So that's halfway, that's 2 oranges and half the pomegranate, and that's about 1/4 of a litre of juice, or 8 ounces. So I was hoping to get a pint out of all this, so we'll just see how we can get on. Oh, it feels really easy doing oranges now. And if you just go up and down a couple of times, it seems to help squeeze out maximum amount of juice from your fruit. Okay. I'm really looking forward to drinking this. It's quite hot outside, so perfect hydrating drink for a Scottish summer. Okay, time for a bit more effort with the pomegranate. I just love the colour of that juice. It's really dark, kind of like beets almost. It really takes over the colour of the juice. I'm about 11 stone and I'm putting all my weight into this. And it's not going, I'm going to get it down. Yes, it's down. Now, I'm not quite sure if you're really supposed to do that or not, but again, it's taken most of the juice out of the pomegranate, so that's pretty good. I mean, pomegranates in Scotland cost me about £1.50, so that's over $2. So I definitely want to try and get as much juice as possible out of them. Okay, last bit of orange. Okay, and we're done. Phew. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, I've made a mess here, that was my own fault chopping, but right here the bits of orange, the splashes of pomegranate juice. So, I mean, I do love the juicer for the quality of the juice and the speed that I can use it, but it does seem to make a bit of a mess around the juicer, so that's something you might want to watch out for. To be honest, I'm also a little bit out of breath. Can't believe that juicing can be so strenuous. Okay, and then to clean up, you can see there's not too much pulp in there, so compared to like the ones that spin round, this seems to do quite a good job of not making the pulp go all over the place. It keeps a lot of the pulp within the skin but gets a lot of the juice out. And then to clean it we just have to take this apart, give it a wash, and then we're done, ready for juicing again. So how much did we get? That's just under a pint and looks like exactly half a litre of juice from 4 oranges and 1 pomegranate. I do think it's a really decent juicer. It does require a bit of effort, so if you're looking for something less strenuous, perhaps an electrical model might be more suited to you. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy an orange and pomegranate juice. And check that colour out. Nice dark red. Tastes great. Cheers.